We had a request from one of our viewers to remake the animation from one of Fern's videos, so that's what we are going to be doing today. And this is the animation that we are going to remake.
Which is bad for the climate. The oil needs to be extracted from the ground, then it's processed in a refinery and transported to your nearby Shell gas station. All of this generates emissions. And of course, there's also the combustion of the fuel in your car and the resulting emissions. So in several countries across the globe.
So now that we have seen it, let's jump right into it. Firstly, we are gonna need our fusion composition and we are gonna stretch it to be the same length as our video. So now that it's the same length, let's jump right into fusion. Okay, we are in fusion. So firstly, let's add our background node like this. Okay, now we go to our media pool and drag all this in. So this is gonna be our background, as you can see. Okay, we are gonna need a lot of PNGs. So drilling rig, okay, drop, gas pump, factory, tanker, and pollution. So let's rename this. This is a car. Press F2 and just type in car. I'm just gonna quickly rename all of those. So now that we have renamed all of these, let's bring in our compound clip. Just put it in like this and let's add it to the first viewer. If you see only one viewer, you can actually change it here. As you can see, now it's 1, and if you click this, it will be 2. So okay, let's bring our media out to here. Let's just make a little bit. Okay, we don't need our media pool, so we can go like this. Okay, firstly, as we can see, the background is black and white. So what do we need to do? We actually need to add our color corrector node here. Color corrector, here it is. So now that we have our color corrector node in, we just bring our saturation down, and since these splatters are too dark for us, we are gonna just adjust the lift. So it looks something like this. Yeah, it resembles it closely, so it's okay. Okay, next we are just gonna do this like this. Okay, let's go to the end of the animation like this. Okay, we can actually merge our compound clip over so we can see better. Okay, we can just bring the blender down like this. Okay, let's connect our car. The car is here, so let's add our transform. Bring it down. Somewhere here. Okay, let's flip it horizontally and just bring it to the same place as it's in the Fern's video. Okay, let's bring the size down. Do something like this, maybe just a bit more. Okay, now it's in. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Thing we do, we need to draw the same lines as he did. So we are gonna bring in, let's just get this here. Okay, we are gonna bring in our paint node. Now that we have our paint node in, let's just adjust our brush controls. We are gonna go to circular brush and we are gonna get our size down quite a bit. So a bit more. 0.2. 0.2 is actually good. Okay, let's change our color to black. Okay. Since Fern's animation goes from top to the middle and then to left and down again. That's the first animation that we're gonna go. So go to the polyline stroke and just click on the first one. Let's zoom it in like this. Then hold shift and click right down there so the line is great. We are gonna do something. We're gonna do the same thing over here. Hold shift, get it down. Again, hold shift, get it down. Okay, now we have the first part of these lines. Let's go to the second one. Click the polyline stroke again and just go from here to down there. Okay, we have our second stroke there. Same exact thing with this. So just click it in the middle. Again, stroke, click it in the middle, and just get it down, hold shift. And we have one more that goes from the middle all the way over here. So just click it here, hold shift, and click it here, hold shift again. So for now, we're gonna do just that. And we can just unmerge this for now. Yeah, I forgot to mention that you have to bring it down the alpha from this background node. So for now, everything looks like this. It's all black and white, so we have to fix this, except this one. Okay, first, as you can see, his lines are kind of like the pencil sketch. How can we do that for ourselves too? We can do that by adding a fast noise mask to this paint node. Okay, now it looks something like this, but that's not what we are after. So we can adjust our scale, set it to something like 1000. Okay, get more detail in and more brightness. So it looks something like this. Now they look like pencil strokes. Okay, now that we are finished with this part of the section, we can actually just bring it over here. Now let's make some room for all the other stuff that we are going to add, and let's get our car over here. Okay, just get it up so we have more room to work with. Okay, what can we do now? As we can see, his car is this color. Okay, so we just add color generator like this, and now we don't see anything because it's white. We wanna just go over here and click the same color, so it just stays the same color as his, but we have this white border around our car. We can fix this easily by just dragging our car output to the mask of color generator, so now it won't show. Okay, so now we can copy this color generator and just paste it on all our, like this, so everything is the same color. Let's get this up, just click it and paste on it, and don't forget to connect your mask as well. Just bring our factory up, connect it like this. So now everything is the same color, which is great. Okay, what else can we do so this isn't really all this flat? We can actually add our add a bit of a texture to everything. So let's find some paper texture and just add it in. Okay, I have my paper texture here. Let's get it. Oh, now this happens, so we have to get the output from the car and merge it to the mask of this texture like this, and on the merge we can just go to this and click overlay and get our blend down, so it just has a bit of texture. Okay, now we can do the same thing for every single one of these. So now everything has that bit of a paper texture to it, so it looks nicer. Okay, next thing we can do, we can add, you see that everything has kind of a little outline around it, you can see, so we can actually add that right now. Let's go first to the car. We are going to use the trick that I showed in the previous video, so we are going to use arrow dilate node and just shift space, arrow dilate like this. We are going to need a background node. We are going to connect arrow dilate to our background and just merge our background over. So now let's just get output from this merge and connect it to the arrow dilate. Okay, now we have something like this, but we just want it to be behind the car, not on it. So let's go to the merge and go under, go to our arrow dilate and just increase the amount a bit. So as you can see now, everything has that bit of an outline. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this over all the other icons. So now that everything is connected, you can see that everything has a bit of an outline behind it, which looks great. Okay, next thing that we can do, as you can see, these icons have like a bit of a smear to them, like it's watercolored. And we have a way of doing that exact same thing in Davinci Resolve. So all we're gonna need is just bring all of this up like this, and then we are gonna need ourselves a variblur. So just type in variblur and here it is. Okay, we are gonna need a fast noise and just connect the fast noise over it. Oh, this is a car. The car doesn't have it. Or just maybe a bit. Go to our variblur, increase a blur size just a bit, and maybe quality a bit. We can just adjust our fast noise a little bit too. So yeah, I think that's good for our car. Let's get all of this up. I'm just gonna make more space because we're gonna add quite a bit of nodes. Okay. So now just copy this and connect it over here. Just a bit for the pump. Same thing for our drilling rig. So let's go to our drilling rig and just the same on his part. So let's see how this drilling rig looks on his part. Okay, let's just bring this over, bring this up so we have space, and just add our variable here. Okay, now we can adjust our brightness for our, as you can see, it's already kind of smearing a bit. So let's add something like this, and we can actually make it even better by adding a mask to our fast noise. Just type in plasma, add plasma, and add this. So now it just has it on some, if you want to see how it looks something like this. we are adjusting our fast noise with our plasma. So we can now adjust even this, and it looks something like this, which I think looks nice. Okay, we can now copy all the same exact nodes to all of the other ones. So now every single icon has its own blur. We can maybe adjust this on the truck too. Let's add our, let's see how his truck is. It's quite similar, but maybe, just maybe a bit more. What could we change? Maybe a seat? Not really. Maybe adjust the scale a bit. Yeah, we adjust the scale a bit and it looks quite nice. It's not exactly the same, but it's quite close, so yeah. So now majority of work is already done. Let's see the beginning of the animation and see what we have to do. We have this like fuel dropping down effect. We can go to our, where is it? Gas pump, here it is. So we can go to our gas pump and bring this all up like this and get our drop here and just merge it over. Okay, now we have our drop. So same thing, we have to change its color, get our color generator and just connect to the mask again. Let's get our color picker and get this color. Okay, we have that same exact color. Now we can do again, add that texture overlay. So just copy this over. We have our merge here, connect it over, connect this like this, and connect our drop to the mask. Okay, now that we have that, we can copy our arrow dilate too. Let's get our arrow dilate in, make some room, like this. We have our merge node, just connect it over like this, and connect this here, and connect this to the arrow dilate. So now it has that bit of an outline that we're looking for. Okay, now that we are done with this, we can just get all the way here and just group it by pressing Control and G. So now we have our group here. Okay, now we have to animate it. Let's get our transform in. Let's bring it over to somewhere like here. Bring our size down to somewhere like here. I think just get our size down a bit more. So as we can see at the first frame there, we can see it, and then as it grows to here. So on frame 10 it should be all the way to the size. We can get our size a bit down a bit more like this. Okay, so just on frame 10 we can keyframe our size. Okay, on frame 0 we can get our size all the way down like this. So now it looks something like this. Okay, as it gets all the way to this, just adjust it a bit more so it looks like it's coming from up there. We can keyframe its position. So we go keyframe it here, and then we can keyframe it of frame 27, and it's just going to go down here. So now we have something like this, so we can actually keyframe our center at the beginning also, because we are going to loop this animation. So now we have something like this. Okay. Next thing we need is a mask. So when the drop hits the car, it disappears like in the video. So let's add our rectangle mask. Let's connect it over. Let's get here and just adjust the width and the height of our rectangle mask. Do something like this. Let's get it down and click invert, and then adjust our soft edge. So now it looks something like this, and it just disappears down there. Okay, that's nice. Maybe bring our mask a bit more up so it disappears fully. Now we have almost the same thing as him. Okay, now we go to our transform tool, go to our spline, select all, and you can click select all or this and just press F to smooth out those keyframes. So now it will look something like this, which is amazing. Now that we have all our frames selected, we can actually just click loop, and we can just set our loop like this. And we have exactly what we are looking for. We can just maybe adjust our keyframes a little bit so they come in a bit quicker. Let's get them to here. It looks exactly the same. I mean, not really exactly, but quite close. Okay, on what frame do they disappear? So we can set our out point for frame 69. Okay, let's go to group, ungroup it for a second, go to our drop, and just set our out point to 69 frames. This just means that it will be active until 69th frame. As you can see, it just shows a bit, so let's just go to 68 and it should disappear. Great. So now we have something like this. Yep, it looks nice. All that's left to do is animate everything in. So firstly, we can actually animate our lines because they are the easiest. So let's go to our lines. There they are. There they are. Okay, let's just go on to modifiers. It has recorded quite a lot of strokes for some reason, but we don't need that. So, okay, let's just go and select the one we need. This is the first one. Yeah, I think it's line 4. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's just go to the first frame it shows. So it's frame 48. Let's go one frame back to frame 47 and just go to stroke controls and keyframe R right on here and bring it to 0. Okay, let's see where the animation ends on frame 84. So just keyframe R right on again and just bring it all the way here. So now it looks something like this. As you can see, it's exactly like his. Okay, let's go to our paint node again. And for now, we have those animations. As you can see, we have our lines animated. Okay, that's great. Let's go to multi-window again. Now let's animate all those photos in. So we have firstly our oil pump. So let's find it. Drilling rig, here it is. Okay, what we can do to make it exactly like his, we can click here and just so you can see, this is the drill rig, and we can go beneath the body blur and add a row dilate node. So now we can actually get our amount to something like this, -1. And let's see when it in how many frames is that. We can put something on 98, I would say. Just keyframing it again and bring it to the middle. So now it looks something like his. We can dilate it even further, maybe to, we can set the first one to -009 and it will animate exactly like his. Yeah. Okay, let's just save it. Let's go to the next one. It animates like this, so 130. Okay, it's our factory, yes. Row dilates, again, same thing. So keyframe it here and keyframe it around 145. Okay, let's go to the first one and just type in -0.09. Maybe we can go even further. We can go to -19 and it should look something like this. It just spawns in. Okay, so do the same for the tanker. Okay, arrow dilate, same thing. And it will just spawn in like his, which is nice. Okay, let's go to the, how does this spawn in? It just fades in. Okay, so here we can see it. So let's go to our pollution. We can keyframe the blend on the merge node. So just keyframe the blend here. And let's see when it finishes on frame 302. So keyframe it there and just go here. So it looks something like this. Now everything that's left is for us to add these CO2 bubbles and to add camera movement. So let's get right to it. Okay, let's just get our media 2 here because we don't need it. Extend our media outwards. Okay, we are gonna need a background node. We can actually just merge this over because we need to see again. Merged over. Okay. Get our blend down. Let's see where it is. Okay. We have our background node. Connect it over. I mean, merge it over. Get our background color to be the exact same, like this. And then we need our ellipse mask. Let's add it in. Okay. We can just go to this circle here and just bring it down. Okay. And bring bring our height down as well. So our height, okay, come on, just a bit more. Okay, we have our height right, and we have our width right. So the next thing to do is just add text. So add our text node, merge it over like this in the text. Just type in CO. It can stay white. Okay, size a bit bigger than we need, but we're gonna bring it down. Okay, size, let's get it down to something like this. Okay, we have our CO signs. We need one more text node, so just merge it over again and just type in number 2. Okay, let's zoom out. We got our 2 here. R2 is in. We get our size down, match it. We can get our size down even more. So now we have successfully recreated one. And that's actually all we need, because we can just copy it over to the rest. Okay, so for the first one, we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to copy it over 4 more times, so we have 5 in total. Okay, we can just disconnect it from this merge, get it up so we have more space, and just connect it, copy it and paste it 4 more times like this. Just we can paste it on around them. Okay, so now we have all our circles here. Just arrange them, do something like this. Okay, now that we have them here, we can add a multi-merge node. So add a multi-merge. Now let's connect all of our merges to the multi-merge. Okay, let's get this text over here on this side. So we can just connect it. And we have one more here. Get text to the other side and just connect it to our multi-merge. Okay, now we can connect our multi-merge to the merge below. And voila. Okay, now we need our transform nodes. So transform for every single one of them. Okay, let's just go connect it. Just get it here. So and it's placed perfectly. Okay. What is next? We actually have to keyframe our size for every single one of them. And as you can see in here, they come from the different angles. So what we can do, go to every transform, change the pivot. So the pivot center is the spoiler rig. Okay, and just we can keyframe the size. Where are they maxed? Here, just keyframe the size. And when does it start? Around somewhere around here. Keyframe it again and just bring the size all the way down. So something around somewhere around 0.03. Okay, we have to do it for every single one of them. So let's go. So now that we are done, we have something like this. Let's just disconnect this for, or we can just bring the blend all the way down. And we have something like this. Okay, that looks nice, but they are coming at the exact same time, and we just want to offset that for a couple of frames. So how do we do that? We have to select all the transform nodes that we work with. So, okay, we have them all. Go show only selected, and just open them all up. First one, we can leave it at the exact frame, which is 193. Okay. The second one, just drag it to 194. Just one forward. That's okay. Let's go to the third one. Just offset it for one frame or so. And then they will all come one after the other. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it actually looks nice because they are not coming together. Next thing we can do is select all the transforms again. Go to the spline tab, select them all, press S on our keyboard and just ease in and ease out, adjust it a bit. Okay. Now we have something like this. Okay, next thing we can do, as you can see, they are moving non-stop. So we can actually just add camera shake after every transform. So just type in camera shake. Let's see, this is too quick, so our motion scale should be quite down and speed scale should be quite down also. So maybe bring it up a bit more so we can see the movement. Yeah, I think something like this should look good. Maybe just a tad bit more, just speed scale a bit more. Yeah, so now we can copy our camera shake after every transform. Just paste it in. Okay, but as you can see now, every single one moves the same, and we don't want that. We want them to be different from each other. So how can we do that? Just adjust a pan amplitude or tilt amplitude, so they don't look the same. Something like this. For some, we can actually increase a bit of a motion scale, just so they don't look the same. We can just get the tilt down and increase the pan. Adjust the speed scale a bit. And as you can see now, they move differently. It's not just one big movement of all, it's just independent. Next thing we need to do, we need to add more of these CO2 bubbles to the factory, to the truck, and of course to the pollution car. So I'm just gonna fast forward to the end of that. So now that I've adjusted all of these CO2 bubbles, it looks something like this. As you can see, they come in and just move a bit differently from each other. So next thing to do would be to adjust when their keyframes are when they are spawning in. So let's do that now. Let's go to the second view. Okay, let's go to the first one. So first one starts when? The first one is correct. And third one, second and third are correct. They start at their exact time. So now we just have to adjust the last one. And it starts somewhere around here. Okay. Let's go to the last one. So let's go to all of our transforms. Just select all of them. You can just control click them to select them. And they should start when? Somewhere around 286. Okay, let's go to the keyframes and just select them all. And okay, can we select them all? Yes, we can. And just bring everything to frame to 86. Let's see it now. Yep, they are coming as they are intended to. Okay, so now we have them in front, but they have to be behind everything. So what can we do? Actually, we can just go and group them all. And same thing for this one. So now that we have them all grouped like this, we can actually just bring them closer together. So everything should be here. Yep, just then disconnect it from here, and we are gonna connect it at the beginning. Just bring everything over to the front. Okay, so now disconnect all of these and connect them one by one down here. We just hold shift and drag it over the line to connect. Now connect all our groups back. And now they are behind everything as they should be. So now all that's left is to animate the camera movement. We can do it a couple of ways. We can use a transform, but I like to use a DVE node, so we're gonna use that. Let's get in our DVE. Let's bring in the blend a little bit. Okay, let's go to the middle. Let's get our DVE here. Let's get our zoom up, our center. So it's around this. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. So now let's go a couple of frames forward to here, and then keyframe our movement. Let's go to the beginning and keyframe it again. So now let's adjust our Z move. Do something like this. Yep. Somewhere, let's go somewhere around frame 108 and keyframe our center. Let's bring it over like this. Just somewhere around here. Okay. So we can keyframe it again on frame 103. We can keyframe everything. We can keyframe center and Z move, and then just go to somewhere around 259 and just adjust our Z move and our center to here, and we have a slight movement to the right. We can go to the frame 300 and keyframe our center again and just bring it over like this. So yeah, that's about it. So we can just go to our blend, and actually we can just delete the clip now. Then all that's left is just to go to the spline, open it, and just select all and press F on our keyboard to smooth them out. And that's about it. This is what the final version looks like.
Up your gas tank at Shell, which is bad for the climate. The oil needs to be extracted from the ground, then it's processed in a refinery and transported to your nearby Shell gas station. All of this generates emissions. And of course, there's also the combustion of the fuel in your car and the resulting emissions. So in several countries across the...
And if you want to learn how to edit like Ivan Gaji, this video is for you.